Liquid Death, one of the fastest growing names in non-alcoholic brands, has closed more than $60 million in funding, putting its valuation more than $1 billion. The company made a splash on the beverage scene just a few years ago with its canned water that promised to murder your thirst. Liquid Death has since expanded to sparkling water and iced tea offerings, and a new lineup of big name investors could bring new opportunities in the year ahead. I'm joined now by Liquid Death's founder and CEO, Mike Cessario, and of course, Yahoo Finance's very own Brooke DiPalma. Mike, it is good to have you on the show. So you closed $67 million in financing, Mike. What do you plan to do with that money? How are you going to put it to work to now build and grow this business?
Yeah, like you guys mentioned, we started off as just mountain spring water in a can. And, eventually launched sparkling, and then we launched flavored sparkling, which actually has, a few grams of sugar from agave. So it's kind of more like a healthy soda. And then we launched Liquid Death iced tea last year, which has been really successful. So, we've really kind of proven that we're building a true cross-category healthy beverage brand. And, now that we've sort of dipped our toe in some of these categories where, with flavored sparkling, we started with just 3 flavors. Iced tea, we started with 3 flavors, and now we're starting to really add more innovation and flavors into these categories that are starting to work.
Hi, Mike. It's Brooke here. Live Nation is a longtime investor in the company. They played in this recent round. How has this partnership helped the growth story of Liquid Death?
Yeah, I think a big part of what our brand is, all the fun marketing for most food and beverage brands are for unhealthy things. Anything that's funny or exciting, it typically is for, candy, junk food, fast food, beer. So we're trying to make a healthy brand that markets in the same funny and fun way as, unhealthy brands. And we're even starting to source occasions from the beer side of things, because this is more of a replacement for beer or soda in a lot of people's routines. And whether that is being at a music festival or a bar or a venue where you don't typically want to walk around with a glass of water, Liquid Death kind of creates a new experience to drink something healthy, but it's actually fun to walk around with.
And some of your investors here, Mike, it is an eclectic, impressive group. So I'm seeing DeAndre Hopkins, got the comedian Jim Jeffries, fantastic. Josh Brolin, we all loved him in Cessario, I know. I'm interested, Mike, how do you actually decide which investors get to invest? Do you meet like a Josh Brolin and decide, listen, he just gets this company where we are and where we're headed?
Yeah, you're pretty spot on there. We've had the luxury of, being able to be selective about the investors that we bring into the company. And we really, are focused on people who truly love the brand, understand what we're doing. And all these folks, they come sort of inbound to us where we find, hey, they're a huge fan of the brand. And then if there's an opportunity to invest, we can find a way to sort of get them in.
Mike, TikTok has played such a large role in the growth story of Liquid Death. Of course, there's a potential ban happening here in the U.S. What sort of impact would this ban of TikTok here in the U.S. have on the company?
Well, we like to say at Liquid Death that the way we think about marketing is we are day traders of attention. We try to find where's people's attention at, what is the most cost-efficient way to go get that attention. There's TV commercials, you can reach a lot of people, but what you're paying per eyeball is really high to get your message to them. Whereas social platforms and emerging platforms, there's a lot of attention there. The per eyeball cost is a lot lower. So TikTok just happened to be a place where there's a lot of attention. And when we have our entertainment comedy first approach to marketing, we're not here to make ads, we're here to make actual entertainment that makes people laugh. We can go into any platform where people's attention is, and they're into what we're doing. They want to follow us because we're providing value. So even if TikTok goes away, whatever the next platform is where people shift their attention, we'll go there and gain followers by continuing to entertain people.
And Mike, your company now, it's valued here at more than $1 billion. What about going public, Mike? Is an IPO a possibility? And if so, what are sort of the factors, the variables that depends on?
Yeah, we're really just focused on building a large, profitable business. And we know that if we kind of stay on that course, that we will have optionality for any outcome that we want, whether that is an IPO or whether that's a strategic partnership. So we're of course going to do everything that we have to do to preserve optionality. And if an IPO sometime in the future is something we want to do, we've got to go through all the steps to make sure that that's even an option. So that's really how we think about it.
Mike, grocery prices have been steadily increasing over the past few years. Some may say that this is overpriced for water. What do you say to that?
I mean, we're right at the same price point as most other premium waters in our just plain water SKU. So Fiji, Essentia, Pellegrino, all of that. We're right around the same price as all of those brands when it comes to premium water. And then, in flavored sparkling and healthy soda, we're not actually priced that much more above where other premium brands in our respective categories lie.
Mike, thanks so much for joining the show today. Appreciate it. And of course, our thanks to our very own Brooke DiPalma as well.